Hey guys, Roller or Taylor here, and today I'm back with another weekly Fender reset. As always, we start with the blueprints. This week we have a classic AK-47, one of the better blueprints in the past few weeks, so I recommend picking it up. I know I am. We also have a Super 90 blueprint, a Stamina Mask blueprint, a Stamina Gloves blueprint, an EXP-S3 holographic sight, a flash hider, an electronics gear mod, and a performance gear mod blueprint. Over at the special equipments vendor, obviously the exotics are the same, their talents have re-rolled however. The Cassidy rolled with brutal and commanding, the Pecan with accurate and adapt, the Historian with cool-headed and destructive, the Liberator with accurate, predatory and unforgiving. Not a bad Liberator, definitely think about rolling off predatory for something like competent, and you've got yourself a pretty decent Liberator. The Centurion rolled with expert and brutal, again a bit like the Liberator, a very decent pistol to pick up if you have the spare Phoenix credits. Sticking with the special equipment vendor, we also have a nice Reclaimer mask here. An okay electronics roll with all resistance rolled on it. Roll this off for something like skill power and you've got yourself a nice PvE Reclaimer mask. Still at the special equipments vendor, we have some Firecrest gloves here. Rolled really high on firearms at 1265. The armor roll isn't bad either at 983. The major attributes are shotgun damage, crit hit damage and skill haste. Now if you don't want to use a shotgun with your Firecrest, then make sure you roll off shotgun damage for whatever weapon you're choosing, because crit hit damage and skill haste aren't bad rolls to have on them. That was all that was worth noting at the special equipments vendor this week. We're just going to have a quick look at the advanced weaponry vendor and then we're going to have a look around the world. So the advanced weaponry vendor this week, we have a Police 686 Magnum, an enhanced AUG A3P with hurried, unforgiving and accurate, a Scar L with adapt, sustained and swift, a Marine Super 90 with dominant, unforgiving, ferocious, a first wave M1A with intense and toxic as well as harmful in the free slot, a classic RPK rolled with adept, destructive and talented, as well as a reflex sight here with crit hit chance, optimal range and crit hit damage. That's most of the base of operation vendors covered. We're now going to have a look at gear around the world and then we'll have a look at weapons as well as weapon attachments and gear mods. What better way to kick off the gear with a specialised bag? This is in the DZ West 39th Street checkpoint. It's got a fairly high electronics roll at 1252, obviously the max is 1272, and it's already rolled with health. If you want to pick this one up, I recommend rolling off the minor attribute that is bleed resistance to ammo capacity, and you've got yourself a pretty decent specialised bag. Like I said, this was DZ West 39th Street checkpoint. In the Dark Zone 2 Safehouse, we have some nice PvE accomplished knee pads. A fairly high roll on the firearms at 1260. It's rolled with skill power as a major attribute, and the minor attributes are damage to elites, shock resistance and burn resistance. I'll probably keep skill power, roll a minor attribute for increased kill experience, and you've got yourself an even better pair of PvE knee pads. So this was the Dark Zone 2 Safehouse. In the Dark Zone 8 special vendor, we've got a couple of nice bits to point out this week. First being this Deadeye Mask. It's got a really high firearms roll at 1271 and it also has enemy armor damage and damage to elites. A perfect Deadeye Mask for the PvEers out there. As well as that, we also have some defense gloves here. The main problem is the stamina. It's got a low stamina roll at 1157 and the major attributes are SMG damage, crit hit damage and crit hit chance. Absolutely perfect for defense builds. You couldn't ask for anything else. Obviously this would be even better in Last Stand because all of these attributes will be maxed out. But yes, these gloves are a must buy. Both of these were at the Dark Zone special vendor in the Dark Zone 8 Safehouse. In the Dark Zone 9 Safehouse, we have a pair of Banshee Gloves here. A fairly average firearms roll at 1231, but it's rolled with assault rifle damage, crit hit chance and health on kill. Roll off health on kill for crit hit damage and you've got yourself a pair of decent Banshee Gloves, especially if you don't already have a pair and you're looking to use an assault rifle with a Banshee build. So this is in Dark Zone 9 Safehouse. Right, that's all the gear done. We're now going to have a look at some weapons around New York. Starting on weapons, we've got an enhanced AUG at the Dark Zone West 34th Street Safehouse. This is rolled with talented, responsive and ferocious. Roll talented for something like destructive and it's perfect for PvE. I haven't even mentioned the high damage roll at 83% up here. It's got the 18.5% crit hit chance as well. So if you're looking for a pretty decent PvE AUG, then look no further. It's in the DZ West 34th Street Safehouse. In the Wolves' Den Safehouse, we have a military M60E4. It's a 79% damage roll. It's rolled with competent, unforgiving, and destructive. An almost perfect LMG for either PvE or PvP. The only worry is unforgiving here, that it can require a bit more stamina than you would have thought. This might be worth picking up for the classified Lone Star that is coming in 1.7. So this was the Wolves' Den Safehouse. In the Grindhouse Safehouse this week, we've got a Tactical Vector 45 ACP rolled with Responsive, Adept, and Unforgiven. Unforgiven in the free slot is the best scenario. You could roll off Adept here for something like Competent or Brutal or Deadly, whichever you prefer. With Responsive as well already rolled on it, that's one less thing you're going to have to roll. It's got 22.5% crit hit chance, so if you're looking for a Vector, then this one might be the one you're looking for. This is in the Grindhouse Safehouse. That's weapons and gear done. We're now going to have a look at weapon attachments as well as some gear mods. Starting with some gear mods and starting at the DZ East 31st Street checkpoint. I kind of didn't want to show this one, but this is a prototype performance mod with 4% Seeker mine damage. DZ East 31st Street checkpoint. The next gear mod is at DZ East 34th Street checkpoint, so the checkpoint up from the previous one. This time it's a first aid ally heal. You can never really have enough of these, so if you're after another one, make sure you pick this one up. This week, Madisons Stand Safehouse contains the must-buy gear mod for this week, a high electronics roll, and the major attribute is skill power at 3,272. I highly recommend picking this one up. I'm actually going to pick up a couple whilst we're here. At my favourite place in New York, Camp Hudson Safehouse, we've got another must-buy prototype performance mod here, rolled with 5% support station healing speed. Now, pick a couple of these up, you never know when you're going to make that support station build. So now we're looking at a weapon attachment. Back at DZ East 31st Street checkpoint, we have this rugged mini reflex sight. This is a must buy. It's got 7.5% crit hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage, and 4% crit hit damage. These are one of the better attachments for the top of your gun, so I recommend picking up a couple, and they will come in handy. So DZ East 31st Street checkpoint. Guys, another successful weekly vendor reset done. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, then let me know either in the comments below or by clicking that like button. If you have any feedback that you want to leave that might improve these videos, then please let me know. I'm always up for improving where I can. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to let me know. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.